Power League, the game mode where you find the map, ban a brawler, pick a brawler, kill their safe once, kill their safe a second time, win the match, gain rank depending on how high the enemies were compared to you, get closer to next rank. There are many things that you can use to your advantage in this game mode to make the wins much more likely even if you're playing with randoms. First up with banning, typically I ban the brawler that I'm worst against. If I'm bad against a brawler, I'm not going to let the enemies pick that brawler. And now here, I actually messed up big time as the banner, because I really should have picked a Gene just because of how strong he's in this map, and he's almost a guaranteed win. Now of course, they went with El Primo, a heavy tank, along with Gene, who's another pretty good tank. So naturally my idea to counter is to go Colette. But another thing that's important is to suggest to your teammates who to pick. For instance here, I suggested for him to go Amber, and then he picked Amber. But they have a much better mid control just because I let them get a really good brawler. Huge mistake in my part, and I also went up in a lane against a brawler that I'm actually really bad up against. So that was a big mistake. And it also led it to the defeat of us just because I went with the totally wrong brawler. It was a huge mistake in my part. Because I should have banned Gene, so no one could play the OP brawler. Because they had first pick. No, but also when you lose once, do not throw. You can always just switch the lanes quite easily. Now this is one hugely underrated tip, is that if you just choose a different lane, like last time I went right and I went up against a Crow, this time I'm gonna go left and go up against an El Primo, which is a much easier match to win. But unfortunately the El Primo had the good spawn, so I couldn't get there in time to kill him. So I did lose that lane, but just from sheer lack of luck, and I had a really bad spawn. And that's the only reason why I lost the lane. Here, I just suggest a bunch of different brawlers so that way that my teammates know who to pick and ban. Naturally, Barley is the best ban just because he's so strong, and they have first pick. Even though my teammate wants me to go Ruffs, I'm not going to go him just because as a Ruffs I cannot beat a Rico. I've tried, I'm just not good enough to do that. So I just chose a Rico because they're probably going to pick Ruffs. And if they do, I should be able to win that matchup. Definitely both sides strong picks, but honestly, Bull is not that great of a pick, especially up against like Rico, because we just have too much damage. Like that Bull's not going to get very far. Now the most important part of a match, deciding who goes where and claiming middle. Because once you have middle, you have such an advantage. It's just insane. The current Ruffs can't really do a whole lot just because of how much pressure Rico applies. I can just sneak up the left side and hopefully get some safe damage in. Looking for the bounce shots. Unfortunately, they're gonna take me out. I can't really go up against two brawlers, so I just decided to shoot the wall there. But finding a bunch more damage. We've already put them at about 50%, and they haven't even touched our safe just because we have so much mid control, and they don't even have that great of attack. It was really just poor picking lanes on their part. Because I can actually easily beat all of them in a lane. Even as Colette, even though I was weak, we were able to take each other out. And the Colette used her super too. Just defended that Bull like it was nothing just because Bull's not a great pick. Taking out that Colette because Rico's just so strong. And I think that's just going to be the end. Nothing that they can really do to defend against this. But yeah, just once again, they just don't have very good attack, they don't have very good control. They just didn't really have a team comp in mind at all. They didn't think who goes which lane, which is a huge mistake, because I knew that I was going left, and I have one of the best people in the world at Power League. I know that Jigsaw has gotten to the final before, so he knows to go a middle lane because I'm obviously left or right. So we were able to take the win. We were higher than them, but hey, one match closer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not already. Until next time.